Good morning, students. How are you all? I hope you all are fine and doing well. So, students, let's start with today's lecture. Yes, can you identify this image? What is the first step before growing crop? Yes, this image is depicting sowing. The person is sowing the seeds in the soil. So, yes, the first step before growing crops is the sowing. What do we do after preparation of soil? We sow the seeds, isn't it? So in this picture we can see how after preparation of soil the seeds are being sown in the soil. So yes, there is an activity and that activity is selection of good quality seeds. As we know that for sowing the seeds in the soil, first of all what farmers do is they select the good quality seeds so that they can get the good yields. So we can see in this image there I have took one bowl, and in this bowl we have put water, and then I have put seeds into that bowl. The seeds which are healthier, which are good quality seeds, they will be settled down in the bottom, and the seeds which are not like of good quality, they will float on the surface of water. So here are few questions. First is, are there seeds which float on water? Can you see the seeds which are floating on the water? Yes, we can see there are some seeds which are floating on the water. So the answer is yes. Would those be lighter or heavier than those with seeds? So what do you think? The seeds which are like settled down in the bottom, and the seeds which are floating on the surface of water, which is heavier and which is lighter? So you can write down your answer in the chat box. Yes. So, of course, you all are right. The seeds which float on the surface of water will be lighter. Now, the third question is, why would they be lighter? Why these seeds which float over the surface of water would be lighter? It is because these are hollow from inside. The seeds are hollow from inside. There is nothing inside the seeds, and they are, of course, damaged seeds. Okay. So we have answered all the questions. We have answered question 1, question 2 and question 3. I hope this activity is clear to you. Now let's move. Okay, so of course I have here written the answers. Like damaged seeds become hollow and thus are lighter. Okay, and therefore they float on water because the damaged seeds are hollow from inside, and that is why they are lighter, and therefore they float on the water. This is a good method. This is a good method for separating good healthy seeds from the damaged ones. So this is the method which is being adopted by all of us, those who do plant, those who do like farming, those who plant some vegetables also. So this is the very good method for selecting the good quality seeds. Okay students, so here is one question for you. If wheat is sown in Kharif season, what would happen? So I want you to discuss this answer with your friends, and then you can write down the answer in the chat box. So there is another question, and it is of true false type. Okay, so question 1 is, sowing of seeds at varying different depth and distance gives good yield. Is it true or false? Write down the answer in the chat box. Okay, the next question is, damaged seeds would dash on the top of water. So what will you write in this blank? Yes, you are right. Damaged seeds would float on the top of water. Very good. Okay, so here we are having another picture. So yes, students, can you please identify this image? What is this image depicting? Yes, it is something like a tool, isn't it? A tool for sowing the soil. right, for preparation of soil. It would help in sowing and like scattering of seeds. Yes, so this picture is depicting, and it is called as seed drill. This is called seed drill. DRILL. Sorry, I got wrong here. So this is seed drill. Okay, now let's see what it is. Yes, tools used for sewing. So our next topic is tools used for sewing. We know that there are certain tools which are being used for sewing. So first of all, we will discuss about the traditional tools. Okay. So the tools used traditionally for sowing seeds is shaped like a funnel. You can see this funnel shaped. The seeds are filled into the funnel, and this person is filling the seeds in this funnel. You can see that he is putting the seeds into this funnel type instrument. Okay, and the seeds are filled into the funnel, passed down through 2 or 3 pipes having sharp ends. Okay, and these ends pierce into the soil and place seeds there. So actually this was the traditional method in which we can see that there was a funnel in which the farmers used to put down the seeds, and here we can see that there is a long hollow pipe. Okay, and it has 2 or 3 ends, and that ends pierce into the soil. And what happens when this like bullock or cow or whatever it is, the animals, when it moves, they continuously put down the seeds into the funnel, and while moving, what happens is that the seeds get inside the soil, and this is how the sowing happens. And this was the traditional method used by the farmers for sowing of seeds. Okay, so this image is very clearly depicting this traditional method of how the farmers used to sow the seeds into the soil. Okay, now comes the modern methods. See here, I have told you this instrument, this tool is called seed drill. You can see the spelling seed drill. Okay, so now let's read what it is. Nowadays, seed drill is used for sowing with the help of tractors. Okay, so nowadays this seed drill is being used by farmers with the help of tractors. Okay, this tool sows the seeds uniformly at proper distance and depth. It ensures that seeds get covered by the soil after sowing, and this prevents damage caused by birds. Sowing by using a seed drill saves time and labor. Of course, it is very much clear that if we are using tractors, seed drills is used with the help of tractors. So obviously the tractors will move very fast, and the sowing of seeds would take place in a very less time, and we do not require the much man labor. Okay, so this is why we say that it saves time and labor. So I hope you all are clear up to here, isn't it? So now let's move further. Okay, so here we are having a question. Okay, so Sumit said that there is a nursery near my school. I found that little plants were kept in small bags. Why are they kept like this? Okay, so he is having this question in his mind. So I would like you all to give the answer of his question. Okay, so write down your answer in the chat box, and thereafter we'll discuss. So yes, here I have written the answers for you. So in a nursery, small plants are kept in plastic bags to protect them from the outer environment and pamper them with suitable growth conditions, and when these plants have grown sufficiently, they would be grown in field condition. Okay, so first of all, what happens is that there are some plants which are very sensitive and which requires pampering. Okay, and that is why we grow the plants separately, and after the sufficient growth of that plant, we take that plant and for further growth we like sow them in the field. Okay. Yes. So yes, there is another question. Seed drill is used for, there are four options given here for you. The first one is harvesting, second is clearing the seed, third is sowing, and fourth is feeding. So I want you to write the answer in the chat box. Hurry up. Yes. So the right answer is the seed drill is used for sowing. And we have also learned that seed drill is used with the help of tractors. Okay, so don't forget that also. So now let's move next. Yes, you can see here there are two plants I have kept here, the same plant but in two different conditions, isn't it? So I want you to identify the differences between them and write down the differences in the chat box. Yes, also there is a question, if farmers grow crop again and again in the same field, what will happen? Okay, so now let's discuss this image. What can you see in this image? Yes. So yes, here in the left hand side and on the right hand side, both the plant are same plant. Okay, but the difference is we can see here that the plant which is on the right hand side, it seems healthier. But the plant which is on the left hand side, like its leaves are growing yellowish, isn't it? The greenish color is now discoloring. It is becoming yellowish in color. So we can say that the right hand side plant is healthy, okay, but the left hand side plant is not healthy. There may be something which is missing in that plant, and that is why the color of this green is becoming yellowish. So now let's find out what is the problem. Okay friends, so adding manure and fertilizers. If farmer grow crop again and again in the same field, what will happen? Okay, so this was the question which I have asked. So let's see here. Continuous growing of crop makes the soil poorer in certain nutrients. Poorer in certain nutrients. And it is very true. If we continuously grow crop at the same place, what happens is that the soil slowly the soil will lose its nutrients. Okay. So that is why we takes like a small span of time. We take a break from small span of time with that with that area, so that the nutrients which the soil was having earlier, it could regain that. So we keep some gap before growing another crop. Okay, so there are like nitrogen, phosphorus, certain nutrients which are present in the soil. And our next topic is adding manure and fertilizers. And also we farmers and we also, in order to increase the fertility, in order to increase the nutrients of the soil, we use manure and fertilizers. Okay, so now let's see. In this image we can also see that the nutrients in the first plant, in this plants, all the nutrients are present, and that is why we can see that the plant's growth is very much. And also if the plant will grow healthier plants will grow, there will be good yield. But in the second image we can see that only small amount of plant is being grown and the other places are barren. Okay, and from this image we will not get the sufficient yield. Now let's see. So yes, what is manure? We have studied that adding manure and fertilizers in the soil. We use manure and fertilizers to increase the nutrient in the soil. So first of all, let's see what is manure. So manure is an organic substance obtained from the decomposition of plants and animal waste. Okay. And fertilizers are chemical substances. Fertilizers are chemical substances which are rich in particular nutrient. There are some examples of fertilizers which are urea, ammonium sulfate, superphosphate, potash, NPK. NPK is nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. So these are the examples of fertilizers. And don't forget that fertilizers are chemical substances which are rich in particular nutrient. Okay, yes. So I want you to give some differences. Oh, okay, you can write down some differences between manure and fertilizers in the chat box. Okay, so I have brought some of the differences for you. So first of all, let's read the fertilizers and then manure. Okay. So fertilizer is an inorganic salt. Okay. A fertilizer is prepared in factories. Of course, it is prepared in factories. And fertilizer does not provide any humus to the soil. This was the third point. And the last point is fertilizers are very rich in plant nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. So this was about fertilizer. Now next move to manure. Manure is a natural substance obtained by the decomposition of cattle dung, human waste and plant residues. Manure can be prepared in the fields. Manure provides a lot of humus to the soil. Manure is relatively less rich in plant nutrients. Okay, I hope it is clear for you. Okay, so yes, there is another question for you. Compost is options are manure, fertilizer, pesticides, and weedicides. So what is compost? What do you think? Yes, you are right. And you can also write down in the chat box. Compost is a manure. Very good. The second question is dash are chemical substances rich in nutrients such as nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Oh, so potassium is being hidden here. Here it is written potassium. So what are those called? What are those chemical substances are called? So these are fertilizers. What are these? Fertilizers. Fertilizers. So these are called fertilizers. Okay, so now let's move. Okay, students, so it's time to recapitulate whatever we have studied today. So students, today we have learned about sowing, we have learned about seed drill and adding manure and fertilizers. We have also demonstrated an activity for selection of good quality seeds. So yes, I have explained you the whole activity, how we select the good quality seeds from the damaged seeds. Okay, so here are some of the questions for you and you need to write down the answer in the chat box. So fill in the blanks with the appropriate words. Dash is organic matter obtained from plant and animal waste. So what is the answer? Yes, you are right. It is manure. The next question is dash involves putting seeds in the soil. What involves? Sowing. Okay. Okay, so next question is the chemical substances rich in nutrients are called fertilizers. Very good. So next is true or false. The first agricultural task is sowing of seed. Is it true or false? Yes, you're right. It's false. False. So what is the first task? The first task is the preparation of soil. Yes. So yes students, so there is a homework for you and what you need to do is your first question is if you are given a dry piece of land for cultivation, what will you do? Write down a short note. So you need to write a short note on if you have given a dry piece of land for cultivation. Okay, so what will you do? You need to write down the whole process, whole steps, what will you do, how will you start and how will you end. Okay. Then the next question is enlist the differences between traditional and modern tool of sewing and paste the picture of both traditional and modern tools. So I hope second question is clear for you. You need to paste the picture of modern and traditional tool and you need to write the differences among them. Okay, so this is your homework for today. So thank you, students. I hope it's clear.